might convince a jury that a sentence of death is not appropriate. In recent years, the Supreme Court has issued a number of decisions applying and there's another case, standards to the unique responsibilities in preparing a capital mitigation case. The crucial importance of mitigating evidence during the second stage of the capital trial imposes upon capital defense counsel a corresponding duty to investigate a defendant's background and develop potential mitigating corresponding duty to investigate a defendant's background and developing potential. Oh, I just read it again. You got it twice. Mitigating evidence and the ABA guidelines for the appointment of performance of defense counsel in death penalty cases. Counsel at every stage has an obligation to conduct thorough and independent investigations relating to the issues of both guilt and punishment. Now, if you guys remember, they got to go through the telephone calls that was made from the jail from all the suspects. Also, crime scene photos. We have a particular channel that says they got crime scene photos on that day. Will they be called in? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Based on the above guidance provided to counsel by the United States Supreme Court and the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals, and with all due respect to this court, counsel has examined the amount of work that will be required to investigate the defendant's background, to develop the potentially mitigating evidence necessary to provide effective assistance of counsel. Simply put, the time allotted by the court based on the scheduled trial date and the other dates set by the court in this case is insufficient for counsel to conduct the necessary investigation and trial preparation so that counsel can provide competent, effective representation for Mr. Cullum. Mr. Cullum cannot receive effective representation excuse me, if this court proceeds as currently scheduled. Because of this, the counsel must inform the court that counsel cannot be ready to proceed to trial in June 1st, 2026. I got to take a drink. And therefore prays to this court that the trial date be reset. As the court is aware, charges in this case were filed on April 12, 2024 and amended on October 3rd, 2024. Defense counsel entered their appearance on April 23rd, 2024 and October 15th, 2024. Counsel would inform this court that counsel for the defendant did not begin receiving discovery in this case until August 21st, 2024. Furthermore, more discovery is expected, including but not limited to over 100 hours of jail phone calls to be reviewed. Clearly, the defense cannot investigate allegations or facts that have not been provided. Once all the discovery is provided, the time-consuming process of independent investigations will take much longer than what has been allotted under the current schedule. In total, counsel has received from the state the following discovery materials: 88 audios, 6,960 photographs, 75 videos, 85 Excel sheets, 3 Word documents, 3 PowerPoints, 459 PDF files of at least 10,941 pages. Second discovery: at least 20 audios, at least 61 photographs, at least 191 videos, at least 19 PDFs, and at least 3,436 pages. Third discovery: 17 audios, 1,024 photographs, 510 videos, 9 Word documents, 1 web link, and at least 775 PDF files of at least 7,656 pages. Now, here's where the jail phone calls come in. Jail phone calls, video calls, and text messages received on December 29th, 2025. Tiffany Adams has 530 calls, 7,129 video, voice, photos, 47 text messages. Tad Cullum, 443 calls, 4,481 video, voice, photos, 17 text messages. SMS. Colt Twombly has 222 calls, 553 video, voice, photos, 13 SMS. Court Twombly has 362 calls, 207 video, voice, photos, and 19 SMS. Paul Grice has 774 calls, 613 video, voice, photo, 11 SMS. Preparation for a capital murder trial begins with legal and factual investigation, regardless of when the discovery was received. Counsel is required by Williams, Wiggins, Rapella, and the above cited cases from the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals to review each individual report, statement, and piece of evidence to determine the admissibility and relevance of investigative, how it fits into the comprehensive investigation at the first stage. Guideline of the ABA guidelines for the appointment and performance of defense counsel in death penalty cases, which details the responsibility of defense counsel in investigating capital cases, states. The counsel at every stage have an obligation to conduct thorough and independent investigations relating to the issues of both guilt and penalty. The investigation regarding guilt should be conducted regardless of any admission or statement by the client concerning the fact of alleged crime, or overwhelming evidence of guilt, or any statement by the client that evidence bearing upon guilt is not to be collected or presented. The investigation regarding penalties should be conducted regardless of any statement by the client that evidence bearing upon penalty is not to be collected or presented. In addition to the discovery set forth above, there is also the criminal information, which contains 7 counts, 7 felonies, and the state is seeking the death penalty in both counts 1 and 2. The allegations and elements contained in each count must be fully investigated by the defense. The investigation must look not only at the federal allegations made, but also determination the availability of any defense, ordinarily and affirmative, which may be available, and any constitutional or statutory infirmities which may be raised regarding the counts of the information. The state has endorsed a large number of witnesses in this case. Once again, counsel for the defendant and or defense investigators are obligated to attempt to contact and interview each witness. Counsel must complete the review of the collected discovery, police reports, autopsy reports, photos, videos, and audio recordings, crime scene, and lab reports, and then the large number of items and physical evidence which were collected by the investigating agencies. Each piece of physical evidence will need to be reviewed and inspected by the defense, and based on the nature of the evidence and its relationship to the case, counsel may determine that they need to seek the testing of individual items by independent experts. Okay. Counsel must complete the review and collect a discovery police reports. I did all that. Okay. Because this is a death penalty case, counsel is required to research, draft, and litigate multiple pretrial motions regarding first stage issues and the death penalty. The research, drafting, and filing of these motions cannot be done or completed properly or effectively in time allotted. The demand for heightened reliability, in turn, dictate the courts provide capital defendants like Mr. Cullum with special accommodations, considerations, and protections that the Constitution nowhere else provides. The admissibility of various pieces of evidence must be litigated prior to the presentation of evidence to the jury, and prior to the selection of the jury, where the court's rulings may impact the theory of the defense. The state's refusal to provide discovery or to give notice as to what evidence of bad acts may be proffered at any potential penalties phase has thus far prevented the defense from being able to raise these issues. The defense also needs to know what scientific evidence is going to be offered, and the defense may need to retain experts to assess and test such evidence and file motions to challenge such evidence under Oklahoma rules of evidence. Additionally, in this case, the second stage of investigation requires counsel, the investigators, and the experts retained in the case to conduct an investigation into the defendant's background and life's history that might affect the likelihood that he committed the charged offenses or his degree of culpability for the charged offenses. To accomplish this, counsel must investigate the personal, family, and social history of the defendant, including but not limited to determine if any possible physical, sexual, or emotional abuse occurred, whether there is any family history of physical or mental abuse, illness, impairments, alcohol or drug use, drug abuse, domestic abuse, poverty, family instability, environmental or peer influences, exposure to traumatic events, interventions, and placements. Investigate, collect, and analyze the medical history of the defendant, including but not limited to any hospitalizations for injuries, mental and physical illness, alcohol and drug use, prenatal and birth trauma, development delays, and neurological damage. Investigate, collect, and analyze the educational history of the defendant, including but not limited to attendance, grads, achievements, performance, behavior, activities, special education, and learning disabilities. Investigate, collect, and analyze the employment and training history of the defendant, including but not limited to types of employment, employment history, skills, and performance length and history. Investigate, collect, and analyze, if applicable, the prior juvenile and adult criminal history of the defendant. Retain and provide the necessary experts the necessary information for them to assist the jury in understanding the defendant's physical, emotional, medical, and psychological background, which may have played a part in the defendant's actions and which may mitigate the results of the defendant's conduct. As the filing date of this motion, January 8th, 2026, there are only 144 days remaining until the trial in this case. Based on the constitutional requirements and the amount of work which is required in this case, counsel cannot complete the necessary investigation and preparation into this case by the date set by the court. The continuance pursuant to Oklahoma Rules of Criminal Procedure for good cause shown to allow for adequate preparation and not for purpose of delay. The state's refusal to provide discovery has made the job of Mr. Cullum's defense counsel significantly more difficult. Once again, the actions of the state thwart the development of a constitutionally adequate defense and force counsel to seek additional time. Should the court require counsel to meet his schedule, it will result in counsel not being able to effectively represent Mr. Cullum. Denial of a motion for continuance is fundamentally unfair when it results in a denial of a defendant's constitutional rights. There are no mechanical tests for deciding when a denial of a continuance is so arbitrary as to violate due process. The answer must be found in the circumstances present in every case, particularly in the reasons presented to the trial judge at the time of the request denied. Under the circumstances here, to force Mr. Cullum to begin defending his life before his case has been adequately investigated is a myopic insistence of expeditiousness that would render his right to defense with counsel an empty formality. The Supreme Court has recognized that the right to offer the testimony of witnesses and compel their attendance is constitutionally protected. Failure to grant a continuance to enable a defendant to exercise the right is, under certain circumstances, a denial of due process. The court has recognized in the context of defendant's assertion of his Sixth Amendment right to the counsel that the constitutionality of the trial judge's refusal to grant a continuance depends on the circumstances of each particular case, evaluated in the light of the judge's traditional discretion to grant or deny such motions. For these reasons, the defendant prays for the court will grant this motion for a continuance and provide counsel with sufficient time to adequately and completely prepare this case so that the defendant can receive the constitutional requirements of due process, equal protection, effectiveness, assistance of counsel, the right to be free from cruel and unusual punishment, and the right to a fair trial. Wherefore, for the reasons stated above, counsel for the defendant prays that this court will grant this motion and continue the defendant's trial date so that to provide counsel the time needed to adequately prepare for this trial. And then Joey Muskell signed it. And there you go. And there's all that. Okay, here was State of Oklahoma versus Tad Cullum. Attorney affidavit for verified motion for continue. I, Joel Muskell, being first and sworn. Let me start that over. I, Joel Muskell, being first and duly sworn, state that I am the attorney for the defendant in the above and entitled case. I state that I have read the information contained in the defendant's motion for continuance and am familiar with its contents and agree that the statements contained thereon are true and correct to the best of our knowledge and belief, and that a continuance is necessary for the reasons set forth in them. And then it's notarized, and then that was it. That's where we're at with that. Okay. Hopefully you guys was able to see that. I did post it on our community page. And if you know how to get into OSCN, it's really easy. You just put in OSCN, go into dockets, and you go into Texas County, and then you put the last name of the. I'll just show you. That might be easier if I just show you. I'm gonna look up Tiffany's just because we're here. Okay, Journey, you're listening. You couldn't get on. Okay, I got you. Now let's see here. I'm just gonna pull up the OSCN just to show you. If you ever got to look up a Oklahoma case, this is how you do it. All right. I'm gonna back it out because I want to look up Tiffany's. Okay. You go into the OSCN. I'm going to put Texas County Court. This is where I had Tad. We're going to put Adams because she does have sentencing coming up. I want to make sure that hasn't been changed. I don't see why they would change that because everything's done but the sentencing. I'm just going to see if there's anything new on here. Welcome to Journey's channel too. She's live. Hopefully they can hear us too. Okay, let me see here. That's down here. All right. Still have her going to trial or sentencing January 28th. If that's the case, might not go the 21st. We'll see. We'll see how this goes because Tad was having a status hearing on the 23rd, and it looks like they're continuing that. So we'll just have to see. Okay. And I don't see anything new filed. Last thing was 12/11/2025. Let's look at the civil case, see if it's went anywhere while we're here. See if anything has been added. Hey, Jason, how you doing, love? So it looks like Tad's attorney is trying to get the trial date in June 1st, get it further out. They're saying they don't have enough time to duly represent him and do the things that they need to do. I did see this 1/2/2026 defendant Tiffany Adams' response and objection to plaintiff's motion to set all pending motions for hearing. That's on the civil case. Might as well just look up Twombly. Let's look up Cole, see what they got going on him. Just while we're here. Now, I know they're trying to put Cole's off. Cole don't want to go to trial till after Tad does. So they've been trying to put his off too. Let's see here. See if there's been anything added on his. Nope, nothing added on his. Let's go ahead and look at Paul Grice and Cora. Now, Paul Grice and Cora, they won't. Oops, let me just keep that on there. They're not going to get their sentencing, and they did plea deals, but that's not going to be true until after everybody else his trials are over because they've agreed to tell the truth and nothing but the truth type of thing. And so they're not going to go into an agreement on paper until everything's done. So they'll be the last two, Paul and Cora, because they have to testify against Tad. Now, I don't believe Cora will be testifying against her husband, Cole, because of the spousal privilege. Yeah, there's nothing new on that. We'll look on Paul Grice. And then we're going to be done for the day. I appreciate everybody that came in here and hung out. Yes, it was a new motion. It was a new motion for Tad Colum. His attorney filed it. They do not want to go to trial on June 1st. They said they got too many jail calls to go through and everything that they just can't give him the right counsel. So they are trying to put it off so that it wouldn't start on June 1st. Will they be able to? Will the judge let them? I don't know. I do find it kind of shitty that was filed yesterday, the same day that it was announced. And listen, it was probably just coincidence, but filed the same day that it's announced that the markers are going to go up for Jillian and Veronica. I just think that's kind of shitty that it happened that way. That's not right. And listen, the families are ready for this to be over. This is a lot on them. They're ready to get these people to trial and get it over with. I don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. Okay, there's nothing new other than the Tad Colum one. So that's where we're at with that. Again, if you go to the main YouTube page on the posts, I did put all of them in there. Did it earlier. Yes, Christopher, it is a new motion for Tad. Tad's attorney says they got too much to go through. Too much to go through and not enough time. They can't represent him properly. So, what happened here? Let me see something. I gotta look at something real quick. All right. Anyway, that's the end of that. I'm going to end this live. My throat's starting to itch, and we'll see what's going on here. Let me see here. I appreciate everybody that was here today. And I appreciate everybody that comes every time we're live or watches afterwards. You're awesome. Just remember that. You're always awesome. And let's see here. Let's see if I can find something good here. I'll just play this. I'll just play a song on the way out. I will catch you guys later. Much love to everyone. We are out of here. We are out of here. It's been a long day. Okay. You're awesome, Dan. You all are awesome. Much love.
Neon flies on the telephone pole. Word gets around, yeah, the night takes hold. No big stage, no velvet rope, just a heartbeat loud and a little hope. City to city, no map, no plan. Two wild souls and a beating hand. If you hear that sound, better follow through, 'cause the party pops up right next to you. From parking lots to downtown lights, we don't wait for green rooms or perfect nights. If you feel it move you, you already know. When Journey and Rock roll in, we'll steal the show. Pop up, light it up, let the speakers blow. Journey and Rock, gonna steal your soul. Hands up, sing it loud, lose control. This is the pop-up tour, now rock and roll. No tickets, no rules, just hearts on fire. Every stop, it's higher and higher. Pop up, show up, here we go. Journey and Rock, let the whole world know. Get back of a truck, makeshift stage, crowd packed tight, every age. Street lights buzzing like game song 10. Strangers now screaming like long lost friends. Lipstick, grit, and leather dreams, laughing loud between the screams. If the cops roll by, we just smile and wave. Music don't need permission to misbehave. No gold records on the wall, but every voice here sings it all. This ain't fame, this ain't for show. It's a moment, and it's ours to own. Pop up, light it up, let the speakers blow. Journey and Rock, gonna steal your soul. Hands up, sing it loud, lose control. This is the pop-up tour, now rock and roll. No tickets, no rules, just hearts on fire. Every stop, it's higher and higher. Pop up, show up, here we go. Journey and Rock, let the whole world know. Yeah, tomorrow never comes, it's alright. We burn bright in the middle of the night. Every town leaves a mark, every face a flame. They remember where they were when they heard our name. Rock, 20, rock. Pop up, light it up, feel the overload. From the sidewalk straight to rock and roll. Hands up, singing loud, let it go. This is the pop-up tour, now steal the show. No limits, no fear, just running free. You found the sound, now your family. Pop up, show up, steal the night.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. I might have to do another live, but it won't be today. I forgot. So there was a Facebook post. Did I put it in my let me see if I put it in. I'm just gonna read it to you guys. I think I put it. Let me see here. Deb C is sick with the flu. Prayers for Deb C. Let's see. I thought I put it on my page. Let me look. Elkhart, Kansas, Morton County. There was something I was going to cover in that. I'm just going to talk about it briefly. See if I can find it to read it to you. Okay, there was Tad's paperwork. Okay, I do have it. So let's just do it this way. I'm just going to share a YouTube screen. Can't believe I forgot about it. Okay, back up.
A place marred with evil and...
Okay, let's go here. Go to the channel. We're going to go to posts. Okay, you'll see Tad's paperwork's in here. I put it. This Morton County Sheriff. Okay, this is from yesterday. Saw it yesterday. Of course, I had it on my screen and it disappeared on me. So let me pull it back up. Personal property owned by Morton County Sheriff Thad Earls is up for auction in February 2026, stemming from foreclosure action. Morton County Sheriff faces personal foreclosure amid ongoing professional scrutiny in Elkhart, Kansas, January 8, 2026. A public notice published today in Elkhart's Tri-State News announces a sheriff's sale for a residential property owned by Morton County Sheriff Thad Earls, stemming from a foreclosure action initiated last year. The notice of a standard legal requirement for such proceedings details an upcoming auction of the home located at 530 Thayer in Elkhart, Kansas. Okay. According to the court records from the District Court of Morton County, case number MT 2025 CB 000004, National Star Mortgage LLC filed suit against Earls and other potential parties in mid-2025 over an alleged mortgage default. The property in question, lots 8 and 9, block 38 of the Elkhart Original Town Site, is scheduled for a public auction on February 5th, 2026 at 10 a.m. at the Morton County Courthouse. The sale will be conducted by James Biddle, Sheriff of neighboring Grant County, who was appointed by the court to oversee the process. So if you guys remember, there's some stuff going on over there in Elkhart with Morton County. They've asked the Attorney General of Kansas to step in. They did away with the undersheriff's job. There's just a lot going on over there. It's going to be interesting to see how all that pans out. They've asked for the state troopers to help patrol them areas over there in Elkhart. So we'll just have to watch, see how it turns out. Again, it's just more information from the Panhandle that I thought you guys would be interested in knowing. So I shared it to you. Stay safe in Australia. Yeah, the Black Opal, I heard they're having a lot of fires over there. Yes, be safe. Oh, let me see here. I'm going to show you guys something else. Hawkeye sent me a picture. I meant to show it earlier. There was just a lot to go on today. Where's it at? Oh, the picture says it was too much. But down in Keys, the Panhandle, and over on Colorado side, they got 5 to 6 inches of snow, and it's still snowing. So they're glad to see that snow come in. And rightfully so. Go outside and send me some videos. Make some snow angels. How about that? I'll be glad to watch it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. We might be live again. Who knows? Sometimes this is really hard to go live. Got other things going on. Sorry about last night. I know several people messaged me. I just had some things going on. So I try to go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock. Sometimes things come up. And like I said, I just had some things I had to do. Yeah, we had to go to Walmart. We had to go to Walmart and we had to get some tubs and try them out and do all that stuff. So there was that. Okay. We got, I think I've covered everything now. I don't think I've forgot anything else. So here we go. Now I'm out of here. I think I got everything. Yeah, make me some snow angels. I want to see pictures. Much love, everyone.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Come on. Another year done. Sunset slow and gold. Hard days behind us. Good stories told. From storms to sunshine, we stood our ground. Now we light up the night as the year winds down. Yeah. Jane with the wisdom, Big Mike with the heart, Hawkeye watching over us right from the start. Rhonda and Stacy keep the laughter alive. Holly and Beach baby bring the coastal vibe. Yeah. We've been up, we've been low, but we held on tight. Every name is a star in the same bright sky tonight. Hey! So we wind down, slow down, raise one high to the tears we cry and the nights we survive. Rock Chalk family, side by side, different roads, same fire inside. From the first cold day to the last midnight chime, we made it together in the year wind down time. Yeah. Gale with the courage, fairy tales with the dream. Journey still rolling with that runaway gleam. Heidi with the kindness, Jay Thomas with the flow. Anthony and Johnny let the good times roll. Hey, Noel in the rhythm, Mountain Girl strong. Gizzy keeps shining when the nights feel long. Black Opal wisdom, Natasha so true. Nora and D-Say keep the love coming through. Yeah. Every scar tells a story, every laugh left a mark. We were candles for each other in the dark. Whoa. So we wind down, slow down, raise one high to the tears we cried and the nights we survived. Rock Chalk family, side by side, different roads, same fire inside. From the first cold day to the last midnight chime. Hey, oh. Woo. Bridge. Charm, free, callous arena, delightful, so sweet. Girly girl sparkle with a bounce and a beat. Robin stay steady, Christopher strong, known to keep praying all night long. Leroy got soul, Rick keep it true. Lavender glow with that purple hue. Angel with mercy, Dead Sea with care. Jezebel fire with the fearless stare. Red and Queen riding through the years, last mile. Mark and Tiny all heart, all smile. KS rule roots and American honey gold. Patron is for you to see doing life bold. BGRA, two-step in time. Kara stay shining through every rhyme. Chop cold, chill, grumpy keep real. Jayhawks fly where the blue winds feel. Moonlight glow and Noki PK proud. Red and crow loud above the crowd. We're now questioning Winchester truth. Official Sherry seeing it through. We lost some battles, but we won our souls. Learned how to bend without losing control. Late night talks and early morning prayer. We carried each other when the load wasn't fair. Hey, so we wind down, slow down, raise one high to the ones still here and the ones in the sky. Rock Chalk family, hand in hand. Every broken piece now understand. From the first cold day to the last midnight chime, we made it together End of year wind down time. Wind it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Love all around. All around. All around. All around. Rock Chalk family. Woo. Now and always. Woo. Same crew. New year. Brighter day.